Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It has been a minute since we checked out any political content, and to be honest, whenever I started reacting to this about 8 months ago, the amount of hate comments were actually the amount of extreme comments were just nuts. Love and hate were fucking insane. I don't know why I did this, but honestly, I just felt something in me. I felt a little itch that told me to return to these videos, so that's what we're doing today. We got a panel of professors, and then you insert Ben Shapiro. Let's see what happens.
No, it's actually the reason, and Michael, I assume the reason you're...
Before we start, we're gonna break it down. Let's assess. First of all, dude over here, bald as hell, no big deal, crossing his legs. Make your assessment, I don't know. Next, you got this woman that looks like a great value Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank. Then you got Ben Shapiro himself. Nobody's safe. Ben Shapiro with them church pants and penny loafers from TJ Maxx. Next you got this strawberry shortcake woman, and then dude that we can't even tell what's going on. Okay, now that we've judged everybody on the panel, let's go.
You're asking, I mean, it's a very important question because it really does go to, I think, your point, which is this court decision it's a case that proves too much. The argument that's being made in the case is that basically the state can encroach on any religious behavior whatsoever so long as it doesn't encroach on religious opinion. And that's the problem with the case in and of it.
My man on the right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
And I think that the point that you're making, Michael, is that people who use this case as a case against the exercise of religious freedom in the public square in terms of action are the same people, in large part, who are saying that the state has no right to regulate, for example, gay marriage, which is a completely illogical position. So you have to believe that either the state has to make provision and make room for religious liberty in exercise, or you have to believe that the state has the power to basically compel whatever behavior it seeks so long as it doesn't affect opinion.
Okay.
I feel like the Ben Shapiro effect is this. He thinks so quickly that his rebuttals are fast as fuck and his arguments are fast as fuck and they're very eloquent, they're well thought out. So essentially what he's saying, the state has the ability now to regulate religious expression, but they can't touch anything about regulating gay marriage. You know, it seems to be contradicting. But the Ben Shapiro effect is whenever you're not used to that sort of opinion or person, your eyes kind of glaze over and you're like, fuck did they just say? What?
Now, I think we've made everything clear here. Let me assure you that the issue of same-sex marriage is going to return. So we will be able to readdress.
The government have the power to regulate your religious behavior if the government feels that it violates its morality. That's really the central conflict that we're talking about here. And the problem is that as the government decides that it can regulate particular behaviors, and this is the point that I was making at the very beginning, as the government decides it can regulate particular behaviors, the sphere of religious liberty is going to shrink to exactly what Chief Justice Waite said there. It's going to shrink smaller and smaller and smaller until the only thing that you can do, religiously speaking, is think about your religion and maybe pray in your own home.
Well, so you're attributing that to Waite, but it's what Thomas Jefferson said, and I say that not because Thomas Jefferson wasn't in fact a deity, but to call attention to the fact that this conversation goes way back in America's history. We have struggled with it for an incredibly long time, and if you look, for example, at this opinion, what Waite did say is he talks about the government being able to regulate behavior that is relevant to social duties and order.
Which is a malleable term, and this is why I think both Jefferson and Waite are wrong.
Let me just break in. I think you're being slightly paranoid. I don't know who you're talking about. In America, you can change your religion. You can have no religion. You can. Do they smoke peyote? You can smoke peyote as a religious right. For goodness sakes, man. Move to Egypt.
But I can't open a flower shop, can I?
Move to Pakistan. Move to Saudi Arabia. Then you can complain. And I for one, think
I already have a major issue with that. And I don't give a fuck about left versus right, Democrat versus Republican, liberal, conservative. I don't give a fuck. Okay? It's like I cherry pick things from both sides that I like. At the end of the day, I don't agree with what Mr. Clean's saying over here. Basically saying you have no right to complain if you don't live in Saudi Arabia or what the hell did he say? Egypt? What's he saying? If you live here, you can't complain. You would just automatically have the best life possible because you live here. I agree that it's the place to be, but I don't agree with that.
America is a fantastic country. And you know,
he's not arguing it's not a fantastic country.
That's what you say about me.
No, I think you're a leftist.
And most liberals are self-hating Americans, right? I love America, and I teach American religion, and I will stand up for what we.
I don't like that either. Well, what? Liberals are fucking stupid ass people? What? It's like, dude, are you gaslighting me? You're putting arguments in people's mouths, dude. I'll call it. If Ben Shapiro does that shit, I'll call it out too. Like, I don't like any of that shit. What are you talking about?
What we have built.
But you'll shut down my business if I don't serve a cake to get to a gay
great
couple.
culture with great religious liberty.
But you will shut down my business if I don't serve a cake to a gay wedding.
Pardon me?
But you'll shut down my business if I don't serve a cake to a gay wedding.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep pausing this. But in response to what dude on the left is saying, he's saying that there's a lot of religious freedoms in America today. And Ben Shapiro is advocating for those religious freedoms to be wide, to be vast. I want to be able to do a lot of things with my religious freedom. So essentially, Ben's saying, hey, yeah, I agree with you, but let's not get to the point where those religious freedoms and the ability to fucking smoke peyote, as dude said, are taken away. I don't want to do peyote personally. Maybe I'd like the choice. I like the choice to do things. Damn it.
I can assure you we'll be getting to shutting down businesses
Give me an example.
as a result.
Give me an example.
I'll give you an example of
That
later.
example. That exact example.
Just a second. Yeah,
Give me an example.
We will have those some examples coming up. But follow up, Dr. Wellman, you just said Ben shouldn't complain because we're not Egypt or Saudi Arabia. Wouldn't it be a good idea?
Right.
Wouldn't it be a good idea to, in the preservation of liberty, to have a heated debate about the nature of those rights? Because the same argument could be made for any given homosexual couple or any given far-left couple or many other, or any non-Muslim faith in the United States, that they don't live in Egypt or Saudi Arabia either. So therefore, they shouldn't complain.
That's right. What?
Well, right.
And you were so confident.
A good
Doggone
idea.
right.
You're doggone right.
I think we have.
I thought that liberals were the complainers.
Pardon me?
I thought liberals were the complainers in this country.
I don't know. Dr. Wellman
What?
brought up the idea that Ben shouldn't speak out.
Off-brand Barber's trying to have a
I love
one-liner.
The fact that Ben is controversial, and he does well because he is controversial. That's why we like to hear him. But let's get to the facts a little bit. Religious rights and religious liberties are not being compacted in America. But let me go back to what Michael asked.
What, can you answer the example that I gave earlier?
The case of
You asked me for an
polygamy.
example.
I think that was wrongly decided.
You think so? You actually agree with me that a shop should be allowed to reject service to a gay wedding?
I think it's an interesting question. Is it a
Why is that an
public?
interesting
No,
question? Why isn't that
wait.
clear-cut?
You like to interrupt. It's a public for-profit business, and I think there is non-discrimination should go on there, and they should not be allowed
What?
to discriminate against gay people.
So in other words,
yes, I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold the.
I just don't like the sentence structure that man implemented.
There is non-discrimination should go on there.
The double negative to an affirmative statement, kind of confusing. In that situation, that makes me feel like he needs to stop, be silent, think, collect his thoughts, and then go forward. Because whenever you start doing grammatically weird things with sentences, it's like you're trying to talk too fast, in my opinion.
Thought, I assure you, we will have a specific example that we'll be getting to later on that. So I'm drawing the line. Save those thoughts for later. And as a follow-up to Valerie, I assure you, as a self-professed whiner, conservatives do a lot of complaining too. Believe me.
Everybody complains.
All right. In the Hobby Lobby
Humans
case,
complain.
Which is expected to be handed down from the Supreme
Jesus.
Court on Monday. The Obama administration seeks to enforce an ACA, the Affordable Care Act mandate, that would compel owners, Barbara and David Green, to provide.
My boy's been through the ringer over here.
To be abortifacient birth control. Is the Obama administration infringing on the rights of these business owners? Hold it. Valerie, would you like to launch us off on that?
I'd love to, because our system of jurisprudence for
Pay for insurance they
Whoa.
do not choose to pay
Where's
for.
Barbara's
There's
thoughts?
nothing
What
preventing
the hell?
someone from getting health insurance that covers abortions or abortifacients or anything else.
And this is sort of the point, I think, is that when you look at the word imposition is being thrown around a lot. Imposition, that people are imposing their beliefs on others. There's only
Okay. With context clues, right, we can we can figure out what imposition means. To be honest, I couldn't give you a verbatim definition, so we're going to look it up. Imposition. The action or process of imposing something or of being imposed is circular-ass definition. Imposition means you force something, usually an unwanted burden, on someone else. If your friends invite themselves over for dinner the night before your big test, that's an imposition because you'll have to cook instead of studying.
One group in this country that is using the government to impose their beliefs on others at the point of a gun, and that is not Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby is involved in a consensual relationship between the employer and the employee. Churches are involved in consensual relationships between themselves and their constituents. The government is not involved in a consensual relationship when it tells a business that it will revoke its license, and it will come to their front door if they remain open, and it will forcibly shut down their business. There's only one person and one group that is coming to the party here with a gun. And the only group, I mean, you said conservatives love guns. Liberals love guns far more. They just love guns that are being used by the government against conservatives.
Wow.
Let me, Dr. Wellman, let me add something to the conversation because it's very much related.
Can I get in?
Absolutely, but it's related, so you'll be able to jump in right afterward, no problem. The Little Sisters of the Poor,
I like that moderator. Get your words in, dude.
People now face the possibility of millions of dollars in fines unless they give, in a similar situation, unless they provide for their employees free coverage for sterilization, contraception, and what they see as abortion-inducing drugs. Should government be able to compel these women to act in violation of their convictions?
Is this the Hobby Lobby case? Or?
Well, there's Hobby Lobby as well, and I'm adding the Little Sisters to the Poor to the mix.
I think we're making a mountain out of a molehill. Okay, bear with me. So there's, I think, 25 types of contraception that this insurance covers. And I believe in the case, there's 4 that are problematic for Hobby Lobby. This could be simply dealt with and solved with the government simply saying, yeah, we understand. We'll pay for those 4. Solved. Okay, so let's just get over ourselves. I mean, come on. And if they don't do that, they're dumb.
They're dumb.
Yeah.
They haven't done that. By the way, I don't think, Ben, that's a perfectly, in other words, for people, rather than suing Hobby Lobby and compelling them to pay for the abortofacients, if President Obama wanted
that their employees would choose like they would.
I don't like how these are taken out of context. I want to see the full clips.
Employees' freedom is not infringed upon when they enter into a consensual relationship with an employer that includes certain types of health care.
Not consensual.
Of course it is. They can quit. Who is forcing them? Where is the gun? Where is the gun? Who is forcing them? Where is the chain? Who is locking them to their desk?
Stop with the gun language.
The reason that
Are you afraid of the word gun?
Because it is vitally important for people to understand that every government measure, at the end of the day, it must be compelled by force. That's what government measures are for. There is a vast difference, a huge difference in terms of personal liberty and freedom between the government compelling behavior and a company saying that we are not going to provide certain types of coverage, and if you don't like that, you can quit or buy your own coverage. There's a vast difference.
In my mind, regardless of if you agree with him or not, it's like, can you not see what he's saying? Do you not understand? You are not obligated to work for that company, for that corporation, for that job, whatever the hell it is. You have full autonomy to be like, all right, fuck y'all, you don't even have to give your 2 weeks. I mean, it's not like the greatest thing to do, but it's perfectly within your right to be like, all right, yeah, fuck this, dude. I'm out. I'm going to find another job. You know, that's what he's saying. I don't understand how that's so hard. And then I also just dislike people getting super triggered, funny word, over the word gun. It's like, that's like, grow up.
The gun's the whole issue.
Health insurance is an earned benefit. It's not given for free to employees. They earn it. Should your employer be able to decide how you spend your money?
Hold on. One second. Earned from whom? Okay, I may think that I earn twice the salary that I get from this radio station. That doesn't mean that I have an earned benefit from the radio station for twice what they're willing to pay me. It's always a consensual relationship.
You pay for your health care.
Well, first of all, I do because it was negotiated in the contract that I signed, in which I voluntarily engaged. And if I don't like that, I can quit tomorrow.
Makes me feel like we're talking about stupid shit.
And let me say,
Michael, let me just introduce a third case. They're all related. It'll be just fine. There's a similar case still in the courts from Washington State where the State Pharmacy Board, after initially allowing for religious exemptions, came under pressure from former Governor Gregoire to mandate that pharmacies and pharmacists provide Plan B regardless of religious convictions. That act was widely seen as targeting Ralph's Thriftway in Olympia and its owner, Kevin Stormans. Two individual pharmacists also felt that providing Plan B would violate their religious freedoms. They're also involved in the suit. Was the State Pharmacy Board correct in trying to compel Ralph's Pharmacy, despite the fact that there were multiple pharmacies within a short time that were offering the same thing, or the thing that was requested, Plan B?
Before anybody answers, what do you guys think? Drop a comment down below. Should that pharmacy be required to sell contraceptives if they don't believe in that? Let me know what you think. That's what this is about. I'm not here to push political beliefs on you. I'm here so that we spark discussion, so that we have intelligent conversation, so that we can dive into the motherfucking comments and learn some shit. Use our noodles.
obviously, it's outrageous. And so much of this is outrageous. And I want to go back to a point that Ben has made, and was made so wonderfully forcefully.
Ah, damn it. Okay, that was interesting. At the end of the day, a couple things. One, I wish that we saw the entire video for that. I hate the little clips cut out because then you don't have the context for it. So then arguments get lost in translation. It becomes a little bit more ambiguous. But at the end of the day, I'm like, these are professors? What? These are the people that are responsible for educating the next generations. I was just reading a book on confidence. And body language is huge. And it's interesting to note that every single time, more or less, that Ben speaks, everybody's body language just goes from like up here, erect, to just looking down, defeated. It's even if you're saying the stupidest shit, in my opinion, you should put your damn shoulders back. Stand up straight and say it with your fucking chest. No, I disagree. People are idiots. It's like, dude, at least believe in what you say. I don't know. That's what I have to think. But it's not all about what I think. Sure, shit. Definitely about what you guys think. So drop some comments down below. Let's get some discussion sparked. And with all that being said, see you in the next one. Love you guys. Peace!